and welcome to another episode of In Depth. I am Aisha, and in today's episode we will be talking about the topic of the China Africa Forum. So the China Africa Forum as of now is taking place, and China has invited many of the African countries in China to discuss future perspectives and how it can be concerning for India, because if China is closely associated with African nations, a continent which is full of minerals and natural resources. So this becomes a point of concern for India to see that how this development or how the China Africa Forum goes. So first of all, about the points of discussion, first we will be looking at the news. Then what are the priorities for the African countries which they must raise at the China Africa Forum 2024. Then China and Africa debt, what will be India's role, what will be the use of the technology, and in the end prelims practice question. Topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 2, that is international groupings and international relations. And before we move forward, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. The news talks about dealings at the China Africa Forum that India must track. So as of now, what is happening is that the 9th edition of the China Africa Forum is taking place, and that is Forum on China Africa Cooperation, and the full form is FOCAC, and it is taking place on 4th of September till 6th of September 2024, and the place is Beijing, the capital of China. And the event, that is the China Africa Forum, it is coming at a time when the African nations are actually going through a very rough patch. Be it they as of now are facing the problem of severe droughts. They are the Saharan countries, that is the North Africa continent or the North African countries, they are going through the problem of desertification. Then there is very high inflation, there is military coup which is taking place, and more than those, the currency depreciation problem is also going on in Africa, the heavy debt burden and military takeovers. And as of now, to look from the perspective of the supply chain, then Africa is also dealing with the geopolitical instability that is going on around the world, like for example the Israel-Hamas war. Because of it, there is unstable situation in the West Asia. Then it has been more than 2 years since the Russia-Ukraine war has started. So these kind of politically or geopolitically unstable situations is also causing a problem to the already worsening situation or the already deepening problems of Africa. Then as of now, the African countries are going through or is attending so many meetings and summits that a summit fatigue has also been seen with the African nations. Like few of examples of few of the summits or meetings that the African continent has been attending are Africa Plus One summit with Turkey, Russia, South Korea. Then there was US Africa Leaders Summit, and then there was Africa Union Commission and many more. So Africa as of now is at the central point and is at the center where every global country or every big economy, like for example, be it US, be it China, be it India, so every big economy is looking to get closer with. So let us talk about what will be the priorities for African nations at the China Africa Forum 2024, or what are the points that African nations must raise with China during the China Africa Forum 2024. So those are, first and foremost is the economic front. So the problem with which African nations as of now is suffering the most is the economic backwardness. They need push, they need economic push, and they need economic upliftment or economic boost for their economies to move forward or for their economies to start moving. So The progress on Beijing's ambitious goal to import $300 billion worth of goods from African countries between 2022-24 has been modest. So China has set a goal of 300 billion import from African nation during the time of 2022-24. Even though the goal has not been achieved completely, but the progress has been seen with regard to it. So the data from China's General Administration of Customs, the data talks about that between January to July 2024, China-Africa trade has increased to 167 billion US dollars. So even though the target has not been achieved, but the progress has been gradual. Chinese and African exports amounting to 97 billion US dollar and 69 billion US dollars respectively. So Chinese exports are 97 billion while the African exports are 69 billion. So we can see the rise in both Chinese export and African export, and overall the trade between Africa and China is on a rise. Then about 2/3 of that trade is dominated by raw materials. So the basic thing or the most dominant factor between China and Africa trade is the raw materials. Then they must be focusing on developing a sustainable and robust agricultural industry is an imperative for the African nation, because as of now, if we will see, then Africa is going through, or you can say particularly the southern Africa is going through one of the worst droughts of all time, like for example Namibia and the surrounding countries like Botswana. So Namibia even has taken a decision of culling its wild animals. Around 750 animals, wild animals like for example hippopotamus or elephants, will be culled down in Namibia so that meat can be provided to the citizens. Then Africa must focus on developing crops, fertilizers and pesticides that are suited to African conditions. Now focusing on agriculture is one of the priority for African nation or African continent as of now, because the reason being that the conditions or the soil or the climate, if we will go through, then the climate or the soil is basically arid or semi-arid type. So they must focus on the crops or fertilizers that can work better or that can work well in those conditions. For that they need specialized training, and China, being such a big economy, can help African nations in doing so. Then other points can be the African nations must develop satellite systems to improve weather forecasting, and this weather forecasting will help them in early warning systems, like they will come to know about any natural disasters if it is about to come, and then the weather or the climatic conditions can also be forecasted. Then green energy and industrial development are also important. If industrial development and green energy, which is one of the upcoming fields in other continents also, so if industrial development will take place, ultimately what will it lead to? It will lead to employment, and if employment will be generated, it will lead to movement in economy, which will lead to increase of GDP, which will lead to capital or money in the pocket of the citizens, and that is how in a circular way the economy will actually starts to move. Then establish more refining and processing hubs that will also come under the industrial development. Then lower down inflation rate. Now as one of the worst droughts are going through in the African nations, and military takeovers are also one of a common factor as of now among the Central African nations. So one of the things that as of now is also harming them or hampering them is the rising inflation. Already they are suffering from the problem of drought, but if the people are not able to eat, and then because of inflation whatever is available in the market, they are not able to buy it, so that will ultimately harm the people or the citizen of the African nations or African continent. So overall the people who are suffering are the population of Africa. So lowering down inflation will also be one of the priority for the African nations. Then the drought problem, as we discussed. So these are few of the points that the African countries must raise with China during the China-Africa Forum. Now let us talk about the China and the African debt. So whenever the word China comes, even though China invests a lot of money or gives on loan a lot of money to other developing or underdeveloped or vulnerable countries, but there is this point of debt which always rises whenever the point of Chinese loan comes. So let us look at this point. So China's role in Africa debt sustainability is highly complex. Now the loan which China provides to the African nations as of now is under the scanner, and the clauses becomes extremely complex to understand. So first and foremost, according to the Boston University, Chinese loans to African governments and regional institutions, which amount to around 170 billion between 2000 to 2022. Now, Chinese lenders account for 12% of Africa's public and private debt. So, it is not that Africa as a whole has only taken debt from China or majority of the debt is with China. So, that is not the case. African nations only have 12% of debt, that is both public and private, with regard to China. But the narrative of debt trap diplomacy has been hotly disputed. Now this debt trap diplomacy of China, now what becomes a problem is that when we talk about diplomacy, so with regard to the economic diplomacy or providing line of credit or loan to African nations, so the Chinese diplomacy and the Chinese economic prospects are much more higher as compared to the African nations' prospects. And the clauses under which the China gives loan to the African nations, it has been hotly disputed that the terms and conditions are not proper. There is lack of transparency and there is lack of credibility also. Now what becomes or what is creating problem is that African nations, because they lack on the economic front as compared to China, which is a very big economy, or you can say the second most biggest economy after the US. Now the African nation lags behind when it comes to the economic diplomacy with China. So according to the 2022 study by Aid Data, it talks about that half of Chinese loans to sub-Saharan Africa are not disclosed in sovereign debt records. So most of the loans, they are not even disclosed, and this complicates the estimation of debt levels because they are not disclosed. So it becomes difficult to find out that how much debt African nations are under the Chinese. Then there are few of the concerns also, like for example the concerns of opacity, lack of transparency and non-disclosure clauses. And these clauses from China's side makes things even difficult for the African nations. Now let us talk about that what are the points that India needs to look into and what will be India's role with regard to the China-Africa Forum 2024. So India must emphasize continuity in its engagement with Africa. Now Africa as a nation is extremely rich in natural resources, and that is why the global powers are so interested to invest in Africa. Then the focus areas for India must be sectors like the information and technology, human resource development, agriculture and pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceuticals because the African nation, there are a lot of diseases which comes out in African nations, and India being a good or a big pharmaceutical hub can help Africa to deal with it. Then agriculture, India is one of the powerhouse of agriculture, while on the other hand the African nations is going through a problem of drought and they lack agriculture. So India can play a very pivotal role in helping African nations to improve their agricultural prospects. Then human resource development, India has one of the biggest manpower or the labor workforce, so this regard will also be helpful. And information and technology sector of India is also developing. Then it must also be noticed that the inclusion of the African Union in the G20 took place under the presidency of India, and the African Union should look to establish a regional office in New Delhi to strengthen the regular consultations. As African Union also wanted to be included in the coveted G20 group, and they got included under the Indian presidency, so that holds a, so in that regard India holds a upper hand or an upper edge. And if African Union will also open its regional office in New Delhi, so that will also strengthen India and Africa's ties. Then India must also hold India-Africa Forum Summit at the earliest, because the last India-Africa Forum Summit took place in the year 2015. So it is almost about a decade that it last took place. So India must also focus to restart it. Then India-Africa Union Track 1.5 dialogue could be set up on issues of mutual interest, so that India and Africa's interest can be talked about mutually. Then India could play a central role in strengthening the integration of African economies into global value chains and supporting Africa's industrialization. Now, industrialization is also one of the points that why African nations' economies are lacking behind. So, if industrialization will take place, employment will be generated, and the growth of economy or GDP will also get a boost. Then comes the next point is set up manufacturing bases in African countries that will help to create employment and serve local markets. Now, exactly industrial development is manufacturing bases and employment. Then comes the India must also look to continue to promote the use of AAA, and AAA stands for affordable, appropriate, adaptable technologies. Because see, Africa becomes very, very important for India, and if we will look at the India's foreign policy in last 1 decade, you will come to know that how aggressively India is also investing in Africa. Then encouraging greater Indian private sector participation in finding innovative financing solutions. Then India must also give financial help to African nations and can also give loans or lines of credit for the African nations, or can also help African nations with regard or in the form of FDI. Then India's lines of credit remain a popular instrument for financing projects in Africa. So these are few of the things that India can do or India needs to look into, because if India will not focus on it, then the aggressive nature with which China is approaching African nations as of now will play a positive role in China's relation or China's strengthening relation with Africa. While on the other hand, India will also have to focus and see that how China and Africa relation works, because India's relation also needs to be at a mutual respect with the African continent. Then comes the point of, in the end, prelims MCQ, and you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section. So the 9th edition of the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation is to take place from September 4 to 6, 2024 in Shanghai, Beijing, Hong Kong or Addis Ababa. So give us the answer in the comment section, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading, keep writing and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.